A universe without the breakdown, the ongoing tale of the Soviet Union. In an alternate world, the Soviet Union did not crumble in the face of the massive changes that swept across Eastern Europe at the end of the last century. Instead, despite increasing pressure and internal debate, the Soviet Union, under the politicians' guidance, steered the ship of state through the tempest of political and economic changes that updated the Union and altered the shape of the world. During the early 1990s, while the Soviet economy was in the grips of inefficiency and stagnation, Gorbachev's administration began to introduce a daring series of transformations to galvanize the country's industrial backbone and rejuvenate its foundations. These measures took a leaf from the book of history, as well as other successful socialist countries, and began with a cautious move to restructure and reform the economy while keeping certain industries under strict government supervision. During Gorbachev's rule, the Soviet Union experienced a period of economic expansion and achieved significant technological advances. As they opened the door to market forces and stimulate technical creativity, the Soviet economy becomes considerably more nimble and competitive internationally. It attracts foreign capital and builds new relations with Western countries that will secure its European future. At the same time, Gorbachev's dedication to political restructuring results in a more open and varied society within the Soviet Union. Personal freedom is enhanced, thus allowing for wider speech, assembly, and expression. Political dissenters are legally recognized, giving the political atmosphere more depth and inclusiveness. At the beginning of the 21st century, the U.S.S.R. rose from its own ashes, a phoenix, imposing itself as a great actor in the international concert and trying not to shelter its real purposes. There is no doubt that Russia, being what it was and what it is, has resources and technology at the level of many other nations. It encompasses great strategic zones, and they are readily functional or at work in order to prevent and combat real or presumed enemies. Moreover, Russia does not hesitate to interfere in global matters, or make its own voice heard and its own strategies in solving global problems such as poverty, desertification, and climate change. In the realm of geopolitics, the enduring existence of the Soviet Union overturns the balance of power in ways that challenge traditional assumptions. The East-West Cold War rivalry evolves into a more multifaceted and complicated relationship based on more than just competition. By having the Soviet Union serve as a counterbalance to Western domination, the Earth views a more evenly spread dispersal of power, hence obscuring any one nation or group from gaining a stranglehold on the planetary system, with diplomacy made that much stronger in forcing the parties involved, and as a result, neutral states to settle their quarrels and piece together an understanding that would benefit the greater good, go through a side of a country or area of great importance, and either piece together peace or create more stability where there is a vacuum of it within the Soviet Union. In Europe, NATO's expansion into former Warsaw Pact countries is constrained by the continuing presence of the Soviet Union, thus preventing a rapprochement between East and West. Consequently, the nations of Europe embark on a new era of cooperation that entails building a more integrated and prosperous continent. Stretching across great distances, the span of Soviet involvement in Asia exceeds the mere limits of its own geography. Boundless and unrelenting, this influence resonates through the intricate, complex negotiations of each individual Asian nation, where Soviet Union intervention has been found assertive. The Soviet satellites in Asia, drawn closely by the strategic and economic cord, play active roles in curbing the growing Peking menace and creating an atmosphere of understanding among the diverse and often hostile national blocs of Asia. Through the utilization of diplomacy, the Soviet Union effectively reduced tensions in the Middle East. They brought opposing factions to the negotiating table to finally solve age-old problems. By standing firm on the principles of national sovereignty and national non-intervention, the Soviet Union earned the trust of all regional nations. This cemented Soviet status as an honest mediator and a crusader for peace. Over time, the influence of the Soviet Union has grown, shaping the trajectory of human history in profound and enduring ways. Its dedication to progress and camaraderie motivates nations worldwide to collaborate on shared objectives, initiating a period of unparalleled tranquility, economic security, and interconnectedness for all of Earth's population.